Hey there, YouTubers. Me again. Working on the daughter's Corvette. She stopped by last minute and says, "Dad, can you change my oil?" Me, like an idiot, thinking she just wants to borrow my equipment and come change her own oil. I'm like, sure. Next thing you know, she hops in with her husband and takes off. I'm like, what are you doing? I thought you were going to change your oil. She goes, no, I asked if you would do it. Never ends, does it? So anyway, we're going to do a video on how to change the oil in a C6 Corvette. I believe this one is a 2008. That's a C6. So for those of you who are not C2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 savvy, this is a 6. Very nice car. I gotta admit, I don't like all the electronic hoopla. You can't get the door open with it out when it's not in gear. Pulling it on the lift without being able to open the door, kind of annoying. Yes, it's got a little lever down you can pull, and there are ways. But then I couldn't get the window to roll down, and there's no key to put in it to energize, so I gotta start the car. Just to be honest with you, that's, in my old school way of thinking, that's a little annoying. But nonetheless, I don't know why they gotta have all these gadgets in these cars, but it is what it is. Nonetheless, we're gonna change the oil, so hang with me. Let's get started. I gotta give kudos to Chevrolet on this one. They've got their oil filter and their plug in roughly the same place. So when you pull your pan, which is right here, when you pull that in there, you can get them both and not make a spill. So I'm using a 13 millimeter wrench. We're just going to go ahead and take this off. Wow, somebody's got this on there pretty darn good. If you have to tighten your plug that tight, you probably need a new gasket on it. There we go. You don't have to tighten it that much, and it does look like it's been leaking. Something's been leaking under here. So I need to make sure my daughter is checking her oil frequently. I'm going to move the pan underneath it. And it's in a hole. There we go. Let me tell you a little story about automotive world. If something can go wrong, it will go wrong. So let me see if I can reposition this camera so that you can still see what's going on. That's a little better. You still can't see real good, but you can see. I'll pull the plug out. It does look like there's a gasket on it that probably needs to be taken out. There we go. Ow, that's hot. She just got finished driving over here, so yeah, it's pretty hot. So we'll let that drain for a few minutes. See if there's any debris on the magnet. Nope, nothing. Ooh, that is hot. Yowza. I lost my rag. Jeepers crow. Let that drain for a few minutes. Okay, it's down to a slow trickle. You can wait for it to go, even less than that, but honestly, once you get that far, you're pretty good. It's not going to hurt to have that minute bit in there. So we'll put our plug in. It looks like it's got a good gasket on it, so wherever that leak is coming from, I don't believe it's from here. But it's a rubber seal. So you don't really have to jack it tight, you know what I mean? I can feel it. The rubber's engaging right about there. And we're just going to snug it. Here we go, just like that. We'll check for leaks later. Why is my light flickering? That's weird. Okay. Now I've got this style oil filter wrench. You can use whatever style you want. I'm going to put this on, make sure we got it on, taking it off her. Now the exhaust is right here, so try very hard not to burn yourself. Oh, somebody did that right. That wasn't on tight at all. That's good. Oh, let me get my pan. There we go. See if I can get my, snug it back up a little bit so I can get my wrench off of here. There we go. Take this off by hand. Try not to burn yourself, which I'm probably going to do anyway. Let that drain out a little bit. Now I guess I got to say I love Chevrolet. I hate to say that because I have a Mopar business, but I do like Chevrolet, the way they design things. I'm not really liking the whole little bit of room to get your hand in there kind of thing, but the oil filters are straight up and down, which is a great idea, so you could fill them, and I'll show you that before you put them back in. That way you don't have any delay in getting oil pressure. There we go, get that out of there. That oil is a little hot. We'll let that drip for a few minutes. In the meantime, let's go ahead and fill the oil filter, the new oil filter, up with oil. The first thing you want to do is make sure your rubber gasket is the same. And by doing that, you'll also pre-lubricate it. Once you've found out that that is, or decided that it is the same, you can dispose of this one. And you want to fill this one with lubricant. We're using Mobil 1. We're using a K&N Extra Life filter. If you care about your car, folks, don't skimp on the filter. Buy a decent filter. This one I pulled off is an AC Delco, which is still good, probably a factory deal. Can't never go wrong with factory. And just fill your filter up. Now, the filter has a bunch of little holes in it. So even once you think it's full, like right now it's full, right? But if you wait a minute, it's going to go, you're going to watch the levels start to go down in it. And that's because it's starting to saturate its way through the filter system. So we're going to give it a little more. I'm doing this left-handed so you can get a good view, okay? Okay, it goes back down. Fill it back up some more. There we go. Let it go down. It's really weird because it seems to be going down to the exact same spot every time. Weird. Let it go. You can see it's coming up to the top and then it's going right back down again. We'll give you a little close-up. How's that? Can't get any closer than that. Well, we probably could, but it'll start to... Whoops, that was my fault. I got clumsy on that. Boy, I'm getting really clumsy on that. Well, you can take this, a little bit of oil here, and you can go ahead and smear it on your O-ring here. Okay, that's pretty full now because it's staying right there at the top. I always put the cap back on my oil because I have a tendency to knock things over. I'm rather clumsy. So this way I know I'm good. I apologize for the very poor view of getting the filter off. It's right here next to the oil plug, but I had to move the camera and I forgot to move it back, and so I apologize for that. But here's the new one. Now, I usually tell people you just do it hand tight, but because of this design I can't get my hand quite in there to do that. Because of this little thing, you can't get your hand in there. I've got a 1-inch socket, a very stubby ratchet, and we're just going to do it one-handed and just kind of snug it with one hand like that. Okay? You don't want to go putting tons of torque on there. You can snug it really hard, but there's absolutely no reason for that. This is very, very tight. You could never get it that tight with your hands. You don't want to over tighten your oil filter. So now it's time to go topside, put in some oil. If you read your cap, it says Mobil 1 5W30. So guess what we're going to put in it? You guessed it. Mobil 1 5W30. Manual says to take 6 quarts. Oh, they got a safety seal because they don't want anybody to contaminate your oil in case you drink it. Could be poisoned. Just take this film off. Make sure you don't drop any of this aluminum into your engine. And then just start glubbing away. It's kind of watch it in case you start going too fast and you see it start to come out. It won't drain fast enough. I'm pretty sure these LS engines are got really good oil systems because they're supposedly really good engines. I've still not yet come into the modern age. This is a wonderful car. I love it. But I don't like all the electronic doodads, to be honest with you. Give me an all manual everything. Maybe electric windows, but even they're a pain. I like manual everything. You know, manual shift, manual windows, manual. This has none of that. This has electronic everything. Now, that is 5 quarts. Now, you'll notice, remember, we put some into the oil filter as well. So that should be like a almost 5.5 quarts. But before we do anything, we're going to go ahead and start it, let it run for a second, and then we're going to shut it back off, and then we're going to check the Earl. We probably need to put that rest of that quart in, but we're just going to double check. So let's go ahead and start it. I gave it 30, 45 seconds or so, maybe a minute. I'm going to pull the dipstick out, wipe her off. Put her back in, which not that easy to do. Jeepers. Pull it back out, take a looky-see at it. And yep, she's just a tad low, which I think the rest of that quart ought to do is just fine. Again, Mobile One 5W30. They come in either 4 or 5 quart jugs, unless you buy a bucket, which I do with the 1540 Rotella because I use that in all my classics. Plus zinc additive. Plus I use it in my diesel. All right, there's the rest of that quart. Dispose of that properly. Give that a second to get down in there. Now we don't have to run it again because I've already circulated all the oil through the engine. So we're just going to wait a few seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's pull this back out. Wipe it down. Put her back in. Humdinger getting it in there. Pull it back out. Perfect. Can you see that? Perfectamundo. Oops, I spilled a drop of oil. That's not good. Alright, so we are done. D-U-N done. That's my way of saying done. Put the cap back on. Gotta love it. It's always facing right at you. You know, technicians have come a long way in indicating, you know, indexing, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Indexing your oil cap. I even saw the center caps now on the BMWs are actually staying straight up all the time. They spin. So they say they stay perfectly straight up all the time so they don't actually spin with the wheel. I just thought it was pretty cool. So anyway, we are done with the oil change. Time to close the hood. Ba-dum, ba-da, ba-da. How's that go? Bada bing, bada ba, right? I think that's how it goes. Well, I don't really know. But anyway.